People are already ruining Marvel's Spider-Man 2 from Insomniac for each other. And look, the internet is gonna be the internet. That's not lost on me, I understand that, and that's why I was unsure if I wanted to make this video at first. I'm like, do I want to draw attention to the fact people are doing this? Is it encouraging it more? And then I thought, well, if I don't name their names, of course it's, not, because they're obviously nobodies at the end of the day. But the reason I wanted to bring up this whole thing is because there's a lot of people going around purposely posting leaks and spoilers and all kinds of stuff from Marvel's Spider-Man 2, and the game is not even out yet. The reason that this matters to me is because this is a game that is really important to a lot of people. A lot of people are very excited for it. I pretty much always see spoilers before games come out. That's just in the nature of what I do. I review games and movies and I talk about the things I enjoy, so that just kind of happens. But for a lot of people, it's very frustrating. For me, it just kind of makes me think the people doing it are losers. Usually when I see it, I'm like, oh, this person's a dipshit. All right. And that's about it. But people are going around posting things about the characters that you can interact with, about the suits in the game, posting entire roster leaks of the suits that are already in the game, stuff like that. I'm not even going to show this stuff because I just find it obnoxious and it would defeat the purpose. I really just wanted to make people aware of this a little bit more because I know it's going to bother a lot of people. And I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about the practice of doing this because to get out ahead of it, I know that I in the past have posted leaks before and I'm not above doing it. And here's why, not to justify why I'm always right, because I know I'm not. But I posted leaks about Gotham Knights when that game was coming out. Well, Jay, then you're guilty of this too. You have no leg to stand on to talk about this criticism. Okay. Here's why I did that, though. Because they were lying. The reason I did that is because, in my opinion, WB was lying to people to try and get them to play the game. They were trying to jerk them around with the entire Batman narrative and be like, oh, will they, won't they? Oh, let's string you along, get your hopes up. And they very clearly had something out for the character in part of the game where they were kind of yo-yoing it and trying to get people's hopes up on being able to interact with that character and do more with it, and then just taking it away multiple times. It made me mad, so I wanted to talk about it. But this is not a case of people doing that. There's no righteous moral behind it. There's no, oh, I'm trying to save people's money or help them out or show them that they're lying to them and that they're trying to, take them on a ride and swindle them, old highwayman bandit style. It's nothing like that. This isn't like you turn on the game and you play it for an hour and a half or 4 hours. I don't even remember what the Steam refund is thing at this point, but let's just say it's 3-4 hours. It's not like you turn it on and you play it for 3 or 4 hours and then all of a sudden the screen goes black and all of a sudden up on the game, it pops up like Manhunt from Rockstar Games Simulator, and all of a sudden a rated M game starts playing and streaming to your children's faces and ruining their lives. There's nothing crazy going on here where they're just dragging you along and then lying to you. This isn't even a case like The Last of Us 2 where it had very vague marketing and people felt deceived by it and got really mad. This isn't even like that. This is just people trying to ruin the game for other people because it's funny. I remember this happened a lot when Avengers Endgame came out, and people were going around everywhere posting spoilers, even in the orange YouTube comments. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, the adult website, where pretty women are doing nice-looking, aesthetically pleasing things to each other, and people were going around posting spoilers about Avengers Endgame and what characters make it out alive or not, and they were trying to ruin that for each other. This is one of those things that the internet always does. I've just never understood this because you're not actually getting clout and people just hate you. I mean, straight up, I remember when this happened, and I know I can't encourage violence on this channel, all right? I can't tell you that I'm very happy that this happened and encourage it to happen again, because at that point I'd be encouraging violence. But I can say that when Avengers Endgame, I believe, or was it Infinity War, I don't remember which, came out, there was some douchebag going around yelling spoilers outside the theater to ruin it for people, and someone beat the hell out of him. And I remember looking at that and thinking, well, I don't really feel bad for that guy. And I just remember kind of smirking and scrolling along. This is one of those things where a lot of times when people do this, a small evil part of me wishes I could reach through their computer screen and just shake them just enough to give them to put the fear of God in them, okay? But the TLDR of this video, which is going to be a lot shorter than normal, is just be careful kind of where you're looking right now if this matters to you. And we're kind of in an era where you have to take that mindset with everything. Star Wars is probably the worst with this, where if you don't watch an episode of a show in the first 30 minutes, you know most everything that happens in it. You know the cameos, you know any old actors that come back, you know the basic plot line. I didn't watch any of Ahsoka, and I know almost the entire story. And the reason I didn't watch it is because I have a job. I have a life. And I'm not shitting on people who had time to do it. Obviously I took time for something else that they didn't have time for. Or YouTubers who cover it. A lot of them, that's their job, is to cover it. They have to get views off that. They have to get engagement. And this website has become very, very cancerous, where you kind of have to really work the system. A lot of people do it very dishonestly. A lot of people just push their goodwill in terms of like the goodwill with their audience that they have built up in order to get as many clicks as possible. It's unfortunate. I don't really even blame them. What I blame, though, is just this culture of people ruining stuff on purpose. If you want to discuss something about the game, right? Like you are going into things good faith, like, hey guys, I saw some leaks about Marvel Spider-Man 2. I'd like to discuss this. Does anyone want to talk about this? I'm going to talk about this. If you don't want to talk about this, maybe you should leave. That kind of thing. That's valid. I don't think there has to be a review embargo for people to talk about these products. Even if stuff is leaking before it comes out, you can talk about it. But this attitude of purposely ruining it for other people so that you can get a rise out of them and upset them is very pathetic to me. It's kind of created a attitude in me where for the most part with 90% of games, I don't even care what I see anymore. Like for Marvel Spider-Man 2, the main thing that I'm going into this game for, and the main thing I go into a lot of superhero games for, is the gameplay. But the story is also important to a lot of people, and it does matter to me too. I've never liked the attitude of trying to wreck things for other people. I don't really care what it is. I wouldn't go walk around a library blaring a foghorn. I wouldn't go into a nunnery, I think that's what it's called, or a place where Catholic nuns live and show them a ton of pages of Orange YouTube. I don't know why Orange YouTube's on my mind here today. I've brought it up twice now. This might be a little bit of an indicator of a problem with me. But anyways, I wouldn't go and try and wreck things for people, okay? It's just like I wouldn't go take a burger and eat it right in the face of a vegan on purpose. Now, if they're preaching at me and being annoying, I might not hide it, but I'm not going to be like, what a burger, it's so good, right in their face. I'm just going to go my way, take care of my stuff, and enjoy my burger on my own, all right? And then maybe I'll post a review, maybe I'll talk about the burger after. I'm just going to keep to myself, do my thing, enjoy the stuff I like with my friends, and move on. I don't get any pleasure out of wrecking stuff for people. I guess that's kind of why I wanted to rant about this for a few minutes. I've never understood this. This is like the most loser, I hate the term beta, but like loser beta behavior of all time, like mega virgin energy. Like I've got nothing going on. I've got no prospects. I've got no friends. I've got no significant others or partners. I've just got nothing. So what I have to do is like the only way I get my kicks and jiggles, the only way I get off is to go online and make people mad. It's weird. It's pathetic. It's sad. It's obnoxious. And frankly, if more people got punched in the face for it, I'm just saying I wouldn't feel bad about it. I'm not encouraging you to do it. It's just if I saw more articles about that happening, I don't think I'd be going out of my way to like start a GoFundMe to make those people's hospital bills go away. I think I'd find it a little amusing. But overall, I just wish people would be nicer to each other. It's a tall order to ask from the internet. It will never happen. And I'm sure we will talk about this again in the future as Cosmo ruffles through his bed in the background of papers that he believes are leaves. But anyways, let us know what you think in the comments down below. Maybe you just want to post your thoughts and avoid them. We're at the point where if this stuff really matters to you, you basically just have to leave the internet for a week or two when something comes out. Is that sad? Yeah, absolutely. But people blast these leaks and spoilers. I got notifications on my phone from Twitter or X from accounts like just leaking stuff about Spider-Man 2 because I've interacted with Spider-Man before. And it just comes up and it says, in Spider-Man 2, this character does this. And it's just, I didn't even follow the account. It's just Twitter sent me a notification literally on my phone's home screen with the spoiler on it. That's the point we're at. It's like I couldn't even just stay off Twitter. I just couldn't use my phone if I didn't want to see anything. It's pathetic, it's sad, it's weird. People, at the very least, people deserve to be called out and made fun of on it. Now, YouTube, that's a joke, okay? I'm definitely joking, YouTube. I'm not encouraging anything. Allegedly. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. I hope you all have a fantastic day. If you enjoyed today's video, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. And as always, everyone, stay shway.